to Two Girls, One Book Club.
I was almost there.
I always said podcast.
I always say welcome.
Welcome.
You're
just saying hello
welcome.
as I eat a snack.
Yeah, we're eating snacks and procrastinating. I've been here for an hour and we're just now getting around to this.
This is literally how it always goes, though.
We have ADHD, and we've decided we made bracelets that are what do you even call it? What's that initials? Acronym?
Yeah.
TGOBC, Two Girls, One Book Club, but it could also be Two Girls, One Brain Cell, which is us. So,
yes.
Sometimes we have 2 brain cells if we've had enough caffeine, and today I have not. So
I had a Mountain Dew, courtesy of Elena.
Did you drink your Monster?
My Rockstar, no, because I had a Mountain Dew.
Okay,
and I knew
this
you
is
were
my
bringing me this.
3rd caffeinated beverage of the day, and I'm still on the struggle bus.
I still have the Dr. Peppers in my fridge. The ones that are the Coke, not the Coke Zero. The zero sugar.
Cream cream soda. I'm tired. I look insane.
That's normal.
I look so pale when I come to your house. I like
And
blend.
the wall's pale too.
I blend with your wall.
Remember when we did
The light shirt.
the face mask and I blended into your calf?
Yeah, that was for our ACOTAR episode. I still need to get Ready Player One up on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I'll get there eventually, you guys. Maybe not.
I feel like I need to sit in a pillow so I'm taller.
Here you go. Thanks. Raven needs a booster seat.
They're just like, where's my phone book?
I'm only 1 inch taller. Are you gonna sit on 2 pillows?
Well, my legs are getting tired. I don't want to keep sitting on my ankles.
I just do some yoga. I do yoga, so I'm like, sit up straight, bitch.
The only yoga I do is when I reach for my snack.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What is the book we're doing this week?
It is called The Playlist, and let me tell you about it.
Raven has to tell you about it because I've only read 75% of it, you guys.
I actually really love this book. Why are you filming? I was like, why are you sneaking out of the frame?
I want my snack.
So it is by Morgan Elizabeth, and I don't know when this one came out.
What a name.
What a name. So I shall read the summary that comes with the book. It says, when Zoe's best friend shows her the box of dreams they put together as kids, she would never have foreseen herself dumping Mr. Perfectly Fine and quitting her draining job. But when she looks in that box and realizes her life isn't even close to where she envisioned she'd be when she was 10, she panics and implodes everything she knows. When Xander Davidson realizes his little sister's best friend is finally single at the same time he is, he knows it's time. With the help of his sister and her dad, aka his boss, he makes a plan to become the king of her heart, including the road trip of a lifetime, and uses the love story bucket list she made as a kid as his roadmap. Along the way, Z convinces Zoe to play pretend with him, but can he mastermind his way into keeping her forever and always? That's it.
Anyways, I was laughing because I forgot that we were recording a video, and I'm just sitting here just eating this smocko, just being oblivious to anything and everything as always.
That's not
I have chocolate
new.
on my leg. Do you think I can lick it off?
I think you can.
Ah, dang it!
You do yoga. Oh, it flew off. You can lick it off your shirt.
I'm disgusting.
That's okay. It's why it works for our friendship.
Yeah.
Okay, so this book, the reason that we're doing, this was always on our list to do because I read it first and I recommended it to Ashley, which happens, 80% of the time?
98%.
98% of the time.
I've recommended one book to you. 2.
Which ones? Who is it? You recommended Fault Line, didn't you?
Fault Line.
Fault Line, which I loved.
And then If He Had Been With Me, which we're reading.
Which we're going to read.
I guess technically ACOTAR.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Because that's what I picked for book club, but...
Yeah. But we're doing this one because I am going to see Taylor Swift in Denver on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we had to do the book.
And I don't
all the Taylor Swift lyrics. Well,
total bullshit.
Oh my gosh! I could just Marco Polo you!
No, you're going to FaceTime me during Cruel Summer.
I will. Cruel Summer, such a good song. Mm-hmm. So... Ashley hasn't finished all of this, so we'll just get her thoughts on
no thoughts, just vibes. Okay?
Yes.
I need a shirt that says that because literally there's nothing going on up here 90% of the time. It's all Twilight facts and Harry Potter. And
we should go to like a trivia night somewhere. Like a Harry Potter trivia night. We would be so good.
I can't wait to do the murder mystery.
I know, in
We
April.
need robes. I'm going to bring my
Hufflepuff.
wand.
Elena said she'll give me a wand for my birthday next week.
You're eating Malfoy's, and you know
Yeah.
it. You're eating Malfoy's.
Well, she goes, which one do you want? The one that Harry, like, goes Expelliarmus and takes? Or the one he gets after that?
Ooh, what was your answer?
I said, I don't know. And she says, I'll use my judgment. I said, okay. So, it'll be lovely.
And then we'll just be two grown adults with Harry Potter wands. Does Elena have one?
No. Who would she want, though?
Tonks? She's a Hufflepuff.
We're Hufflepuffs. I don't want to be, but we are.
Because they don't match up with, like, what's going on in the chapter. Because it's
I think
all
some
songs.
of them do, but some of them
Some,
don't.
but like the one that's like stay is one of the chapters I just read. Nobody's trying to leave.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I wish like that was different. I'm kind of annoyed that both of their names start with Z. I know his name is Alexander,
But they call him Z, and then her name's Zoe.
and they call her Zoe.
Yeah.
I'm like, her name is already a short name. It's 3 letters. And they're like, shorten it to 2. We're gonna call her Zoe.
The one that I feel like did match up, though, it's chapter 2. That one's called You Belong With Me. And some of the that's the chapter title. Some of the ones that I, like, highlighted that actually kind of lined up with that was, he says, the first time I fell in love with Zoe, she was scream singing a Taylor Swift
I
song.
highlighted that too.
you? In my parents' living room while my sister Luna laughed at her. At least I think that's the first time. It's happened so many times now. I was like, aw. And then he says, oh, like for the first time in a lifetime, or at least for the first time since Zoe was 18, we were both unattached at the same time. So, like that one, they're like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're just so excited. Or this one, he says, the woman who over multiple occasions, over multiple years, I thought there was a chance I'd eventually end up with her, and now she's single. Allegedly.
I highlight almost the beginning of every book. Like I started reading Springtide, which is our next episode after this.
Which is so exciting. It's the first book.
From Kai Stevens. So it goes Springtide and then Fault Line. You don't have
But
to
we
read
already
them
did
in that
Fault Line.
order. We did do Fault
We
Line
did.
already, and it was really good. But my first highlight for that was Kaya just being like, I need to get railed. And I'm just like, that's a very like first sentence of the book or something
Yeah.
like that. And I was like, highlight. This one, because I am like huge into manifesting in the universe and astrology
Yes.
and like trusting all of that process. Like I really love the quote from Akatar that's, to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered, because I'm like, hey universe, and the universe is like, I got you, bitch. And so
Always.
I do that. And one of their Xander's mom, Z's mom, that guy,
The kid.
the one, his mom is like a big old hippie and
Yeah.
like really into that. So I was like, it's called manifestation, my loves. You're gonna use this box as the gateway to all of your deepest, stopped right there because then it's the next page, darkest desires, and the universe is going to work with you to make them happen. And I'm like, you know, their mom is onto something.
Yes, she is.
And then, oh, that's the very last one. I was like, what? What's going on? I don't know. I don't know how technology works or anything works. And oh, I don't know why I highlighted this.
That
Did
says
I-
create note. my love.
I know. Did I not put a note on it? I'm trying
Okay.
to. It's on page 5. A gumball machine ring that makes my heart squeeze just a tiny bit looking at it. Oh. Did I highlight this because? Okay, so I also had a box that I kept all of my childhood like memories.
I
like,
literally
notes.
have a box in my room right now.
I have a pink heart shaped one that's all glittery. Well, actually, I transferred it to a different.
I'll go get
box.
mine when you talk about it.
Okay, cool. It's just me now for you watching us on YouTube. It is now the Ashley Show, which is every day of my life. Anyways, I had a box that I kept all of like my memories in, like letters between me and my friends, like poems and songs and stuff that I have written. and I have a marble that I got from a boy in 2nd grade who was my boyfriend from kindergarten until 3rd grade, and he tried to marry another girl on the playground, so I kicked him in the balls. And I was like, no, thank you, we're done. But in 2nd grade, he wrapped this marble up in like some tissue and like had somebody like pass it down to me. We were like walking to an assembly. I kept that. I don't know how my 7-year-old ass didn't lose that, but I kept it. And I'm wondering if that's kind of why I highlighted that, or if it's just because I'm a sentimental, squishy human and I like to keep things, and like something like that would make me happy. I want a gumball machine ring. You get one?
Yes.
Yay!
Next time, where can we find one?
I love how you were all excited and you're like, wait.
I was like, Taco Bell. No, Taco Bell wouldn't have one.
I wish. I love Taco
Like
Bell.
buy one or something. Okay, this is my box.
The box.
My mom made me and my best friend Micah these because when we were in 6th grade, her dad got transferred to Oklahoma, and we sobbed. We were so upset. So my mom made us these, and she made us this cute little book with like pictures of us in it.
I was going to say, did you draw this book?
No, but I did draw another book.
It's
So,
beautiful.
so I have like, okay, well, these are from my family. One year for I think this was for Valentine's Day. My sister, who was this? Okay, so my siblings and stuff wrote me, my mom, all these cards with notes. The one my sister wrote said, hold on, is this all of it? Okay, she said, may your day be filled with many Hemsworths. Hope you watch Zac Efron today. But for Rizzle, dude, miss you tons. Can't wait to see you. Go love your V-Day. Ew. I think they sent these to me after I was married or something. I don't know, but all of them wrote me, like, these sweet little notes. So I have all of these, and I was like, oh. So they wrote me those. And then I have, like, this. So I have all these little letters from my friend Micah that she wrote to me, and we dated them. So we would write.
How old were you in 2010?
I was 12. So this was like the summer
You
she
were
moved.
12?
I was born in 98.
I was a mom. I was 16, but I had a whole ass kid.
I was a kid.
Well, technically, so was I. But like, that just seems
Let me
so
see if I can
weird.
find it.
It's only a 4-year age difference, but that just seems
But sometimes
so
it seems weird, right? So we would. Oh, so she drew me this picture one time. I don't see that.
Not really.
So it's fine. So we would write these. I'm trying to find it though. Oh, I have some $2 bills in here.
Evan has a couple of $2
So my
bills.
dad used to work at a bank. So anytime he could, he would give us $2 bills. So he gave us these at
Reminds me
Christmas.
of a 1975 song where he's like, I think I'll get a job at the bank. And I was like, okay.
Oh, I have this sweet note from Brian for Mother's Day this year. He wrote me a little note. I'm trying to find. Oh, this one is one of the good ones. This is from my friend Micah. So we were both super duper into the Percy Jackson books, right? So we would.
Right.
Let me see if I can find one of them. So
well, I guess technically we're not off topic. We're just 16 minutes in and haven't talked much about the book.
It's fine. I'm
It's
trying to find
related
it.
to the book.
Yeah, so we would write each other, I don't know if I have any, these letters though, and we would address them. Like we each had a fictional, like, Greek godparent, okay?
Wait, who's yours?
Zeus,
Wait, who do you think mine would be?
Athena.
Why?
Oh no, you're just real feisty.
That's very
Ares,
true.
god of war.
Well, listen,
Okay.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a crier. Again, I'm wearing a shirt that says I cry a lot.
This is
so I am a little feisty. Like, fight
Yeah,
me.
you are. So we would write each other these. Oh, I can't find them. Micah has them though. She sent me a picture of them. She found them at her parents' house. But we would write each other these letters, and we would address them as like Micah, Cabot, whatever, daughter of whoever. And so then we would write each other these letters as if we lived in this Percy Jackson world, okay? So she wrote me this letter one time about how she found me this new boy because apparently I was with Percy Jackson back in the day. We
Oh,
were
but
fighting.
he sucked? Oh.
So she found me this new guy. So she attached his picture.
He's
She cut
beautiful.
this out of
Is
a
that
magazine.
Reese? Okay, he's got
Could this
some
be
nice
Reese?
lips though.
Okay. You know
But
what?
it also looks like he's wearing highlighter. Because I always highlight my Cupid's bow, and that's what he looks like.
She would. Oh yeah, so she put like Athena Cabot because that was who she chose. So I just have like all
Who'd
of
you
these.
choose? Oh, you
I
just
told
said
you
Zeus.
Zeus.
One brain cell.
Well, because it
okay?
couldn't be Poseidon if I wanted to be with Percy, who's down with Poseidon. Then I guess have siblings.
So I need to read these books because I'm very confused.
Pick my book for a blind date. So I went to girls' camp a couple weeks ago with my ward at church, and my sweet dad wrote me this letter. So I have like in here, like girls' camp letters that like my parents wrote me while I went to girls' camp every year.
Oh,
So
as
my-
a kid, I was like, why were they
a
writing you
youth?
now?
No, so my dad wrote me one for now, and then he sent me these sweet little pictures with it. Hold on, let me open them. So that's us when I graduated.
Cute. Adorbs.
And then this is the letter.
It's got nice handwriting. I have the handwriting.
And that's
of a
us when I
man.
went to Oregon after I had my
Oh,
first
I want
baby.
to rub his head.
For good luck, like Buddha.
No, it just looks nice.
It is nice. He's always been bald. He was here this weekend, and Alexander's. He was like, he has like a beard now. So he was here this weekend, and he was. Oliver was looking at his head. It was like, where did all your hair go? But he has a beard now. And so my dad was like, it all went down here to my beard, and Oliver was like, what? And he was just blown away. He couldn't believe it.
You know what I love about me and Raven is she is a good little church going girly.
I
Went through the
do.
temple, and
I
I
go to church. I was
am a
married at the temple.
sinner. Tell them what happened on
Oh,
Saturday.
hold on. Let me put these away. So, once a month we get together for a book club. Okay, because we're in a book club with our friends from work, and it's super fun. We take turns picking the book, and if you pick the book, then you host. So, I will tell my story quick just in case.
No, I'm just telling you that's how stupid I am.
Anyway,
Keep
so here's
going.
my little book, my box made. So, I made this bracelet. And let me just, if you're watching YouTube, you'll see it. Ooh, and I'm putting it in front of my face. Okay. So, if you're not on our YouTube, it says WWJD. Okay? And Ashley looks at it Saturday. We're chilling in my backyard for our book club. And there's this author we really like, Jessa Wilder. And she did like rule number 5, rules of the game. Loved those, which we'll do on our podcast later. But she looks at it and she goes, what would Jessa do? And I was like, Jesus, Ashley. What would Jesus do?
I don't have Jesus in my life, okay? I'm full of sins, and I was gonna say other things, but I can't think of anything. Full of sins and sass.
And sass. So
Now I need a shirt.
my
that says
Christmas gift to Ashley this year is gonna be a shirt that says, instead of y'all need Jesus, it's just gonna say I need Jesus.
I need Jesus. Back to the book that I've read 75% of. 'Cause we read it on Kindle Unlimited. Oh, 73. I'm over exaggerating. Of course I am. Let's see. I like when she is talking to not create note. Listen, I will read you guys like the notes that I make with my highlights because they're hilarious. Like, I'm so freaking funny. Anyways, she's like, I was in love with him and we wanted to be real legal sisters and thought that would be the best way to make it happen, meaning like her and Xander getting married. And super cute. She's like, this was what I wanted from life. This is what I thought my ideal world would look like. Enough so that I put it into a box that in my heart of hearts I thought would give me whatever I dreamed for. And looking at it, I can't breathe. And I'm like, dude, I feel that because I feel like my life isn't like where it's supposed to be, where I thought it would be by the time I was almost 30, but like gotta back it up a bit. And the whole Zoe having a crisis thing right now is because she went through this box and she found an old MASH paper, which if you don't know what that is,
We should do it. Let me get a notebook.
wait, are we gonna do it right now, live on the pod, or are we gonna make a TikTok? We've already made 2 10-minute TikToks today.
We're gonna do it live on the podcast.
Live on the podcast.
But we're gonna add fictional characters. That's who we're doing. We're not doing
I
real
don't
people.
get Cassian, I will cry. Wait, can I not have Nick Jonas as an option? I think he's secretly gay, but that's okay.
You showed me. You told me about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we could do it twice. We could do it with celebrities and with her fictional favorite people.
I have so many.
Narrow it down. I get a paper.
Raven abandoned me because we're going to play MASH, but MASH is basically you get a paper and you have to, like, you know, write down, like, different house, like, options, like a mansion, a shack, an apartment, a condo, and then you, like, write down, like, names of who you could marry and, like, what job you'd have, what car you'd drive, how many kids you'd have. And then you, like, you know.
Here we go. What are we doing first?
What do you mean?
What's
Like,
the first?
Boyfriends? I want all of them. Carter Beckett.
Okay.
Garrett Anderson. Wait, is that the right Garrett?
Yeah.
From Play
Yep.
With Me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the other one's Garrett Graham. Oh, what's his face from the mistake?
John Logan?
John Logan, who I just call Logan because I don't like the name John, and I'm sorry if your name is John and you're listening to this. Your name is stupid.
That's 2. How many are you doing? 5?
Cassian.
Cassian, no last name.
Cassian, no last name. Reese. And Azriel. There's my 5, I suppose.
That's 6, but that works.
I don't know how to do math. We
Okay.
know this.
Boyfriend. House.
Okay. House on the lakes.
Lake.
Lakes. Lake house.
Lakes, plural.
Lakes, plural.
Okay,
I
now what?
think it's just one lake.
I don't know.
But I call it the lakes.
The lakes.
A mansion.
Mansion.
A garbage pail. I don't know. A dumpster. That's where I live.
Trash
Jude called me.
house.
Did I tell you that Jude was like, "You're trash," and I was like,
Yes.
"You're not wrong."
Okay.
My 4-year-old bullies me.
Beachfront.
Okay, yes.
A little bit different than the lakes. Beachfront, parentheses, Florida.
Well, because the lakes is in Daybreak, it's a very specific area here
Oh.
in Utah that is like my absolute favorite.
I thought you were meaning like
no,
like all
no.
the lakes in like Michigan, and I was like, that's freaking chilly.
Why
Why'd you
would I
go
want to
there?
live in Michigan? No, the ones in Daybreak because that's my favorite place. I was
Okay,
there
you
last
need
night.
2
Did
more?
you see my snaps?
I did.
They were beautiful. I need 2 more.
Yeah. We're doing this even. Like,
I love how you put trash house. I meant like an actual trash can.
how are you gonna live there with all your children?
Let's just hope I don't I have one. I don't know.
You're gonna have 7.
Oh my god, no. I don't know where
A tiny house, one of those mobile ones.
Oh great. And then let's just throw in an RV. I could be on the road. Is that 6? I can't
Yes.
maths. Okay,
Okay.
kids. Just do 1 through 6, I guess. I don't know. That sounds terrible. I have 3 and that's a lot. And then like what, jobs?
Yeah.
Okay. Writer.
So you said rider, and my mind went to like a horse rider. And I was like,
Writer.
It's like,
Not
what do you
rider.
Rider.
Dur.
You're an actress.
Actress, yes. Preferably
Comedian.
Broadway. Did you say Canadian?
Comedian.
My dream is to be a Canadian.
Canadian. Which is not possible.
I would not be a very great stand-up comedian because I just laugh at myself. I think we're funny though. What else could I be?
Oh, a teacher or stay-at-home mom or
A
trophy
nanny.
wife.
I was gonna say hot nanny, but
We'll do that.
I'm halfway there. Wink, wink. Oh my god! What if he listens to this?
You know who
podcast?
you are.
Don't. That's a joke. That's a joke. Please don't fire me.
Okay.
I like working for you, but not in that way. Oh my god. You really did write hot nanny. Okay, seriously, don't fire me.
That's all of them.
Okay. And then do you do the circle thing and then you stop and then you count how many things, or like how do you do it?
Well, I just go like this. And you tell me to stop. And that's it.
Okay. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah,
Okay.
show me what you mean.
So we would do it like this, where you'd make a circle and we'd keep going, and then you'd say stop whenever you wanted somebody to stop.
Stop.
And then you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And
Okay,
so
do
you'd
that.
like circle the 6th thing, but we can do it just do it your way because your way seems less complicated. Okay. Do I need to close my eyes?
Okay, you just tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
Logan.
Okay, not my first choice. That's fine. He's
Okay.
fine. Wait, I have to tell you something funny
Okay,
about
okay.
him because we haven't read the book
That's
yet.
okay.
Okay, he likes a fear of his house.
And I will read that tonight.
I will read that tonight. Oh my god! You're like, hey Brian.
Send me chapter.
I bet I highlighted it.
I bet you
Okay.
did.
Well, things with John are gonna be very interesting. Okay. Stop.
Trash house. That's unfortunate.
That sounds about right.
Here you go for kids.
Okay. Oh god.
I did
Stop.
5.
No.
Good job.
Oh no! Please be hot, nanny. Stop.
Comedian. That's
Well,
not bad.
I'm funny as fuck, so that's terrible. Look at that. Sounds about right for my life.
Trash house. That's so unfortunate for you.
I wish it was a trash can. I'm a clean person. My dumpster would look immaculate. Okay, you'd want
You
to
wouldn't
come
have
to my
room
dumpster.
for your kids.
That's
Your
alright.
5 kids.
Prom night dumpster babies.
So
is what
Ashley
they
is
need.
dating John Logan. They live in a trashed house.
Wait,
they
we're not married.
They're married.
Okay.
Hubby. He's still my boyfriend. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they're
Boyfriend.
married.
I'm just thinking, back in my day, we just did boyfriends because, like,
Well,
we
but
were
now
like,
we're old enough we would want to be married. So.
well,
So she's married to John Logan. She has a trashed house. She has 5 kids, and she's a comedian.
great.
Congratulations.
I love that. Should I pursue a new career? Forget having a podcast. I'm gonna go do stand-up comedy.
Where she just tries to solve math problems. That'll get people to laugh. Also, look at this pen. It's shaped like a giraffe.
Did you get it at the zoo?
Yeah. Brian's company does a zoo night every night. Every
Every
year.
night, and I don't get invited.
Every year.
So rude.
Who would I want to marry? What was the kid's name from? Like I never said, I can't remember. I had it in the forefront.
That's what I was
I had the
asking.
forefront of my mind.
Is there a forefront of your mind?
I'll kill you.
Hold on, I'll find it. It's not Holden, correct? That's
Yes,
from.
it is.
Are you sure that's not from?
Denny and Holden. I swear it's. Look it up.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Hold on. What's Beckett? No. What's his name from Fault Line? I thought his
Is
name was
that-
Holden. Okay.
See, this was the problem when you read
Nope,
all
that's
those
Fault
books.
Line. All of my Twilight books. Da-da-da-da-da.
There it is.
There it is. His name is not Holden. I promise you, it's not.
Going the wrong way.
Auden. Elliot.
Elliot? What's his name?
Elliot. What's his name?
Elliot? Blake's Spaceman last name.
Do they need last names?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, probably not.
Oh, then we got to do one with celebrities. Start thinking of the pics. Did you say Peanut Malark was going to be one of yours? Because I heard
did, and I
you could make
forgot.
me bread.
Oh my God! Guess who I forgot to put on there?
Who?
Take one guess.
Edward.
Edward! I could have been married to the freaking Furry Kustak's women.
I'm going to put Jacob. I'm just kidding. I'm out.
Never. She called my wolf tattoo my Jacob Black tattoo, and I said friendship over. We're done.
I'm just going to write it in cursive under it one day. Jacob Black.
Did you say under one titty?
Under it one day. No.
I don't have any.
Go to
See?
bed, baby.
Nothing.
It's true.
There's nothing there.
What other book boyfriend? Oh, what was? Ow.
Wait, did you put Garrett Graham?
Duh.
Duh.
No.
Duh. We're 36 minutes in and we've barely talked about this book. I love that for us. We're hilarious.
How could I forget?
I thought there
Oakley?
was a spider. Why would you do that? You're like, and throw your phone?
Because I thought Oakley Hutton. How could I forget Oakley? See you.
Goodbye,
Peta.
Peta. Peta Mala.
Sorry, you got kicked out.
Sorry, Peta. I just couldn't make the cut.
Not when you're compared to the Hutton boys. Okay, my home. I'm only gonna give myself a nice option. I'm just kidding. Mansion.
Raven's
Mansion.
like only the nicest options for me, and I'm like, listen, you got to make it interesting and throw in some not fun ones, because then you're like, That's my life. Not bad. Like me living in a trashed house. Wait, does that mean it's like your crackhead lawnmower neighbors? Is that
Yes.
what it is? Cool.
Yeah.
We get a lot of lawnmowers. Sometimes washers and dryers. Toasters? Microwaves.
Washers, dryers, ovens.
Ah,
A lot of ovens.
From PETA when he's done with them.
Yeah.
When he's broken them.
I need one more home. Oh, trashed house.
A trashed house. Trash can. Like Oscar the Grouch. I love trash. Because I am trash.
How many kids? What did I put for yours? I feel like it's only fair if I do the same number.
1 through 6.
No, I did 2, 7, 4, 5, 8, 10.
I'm so rude! I have a mouthful of ice right now, you guys. But what the hell? I don't want 10 kids. I
Well,
just
think
said
you only
to
got
do.
5. That's half of it.
I said to do 1 through 6.
I know, but I did listen.
But I could have had 1 kid. I seriously look very pale.
You are pale.
Do I need to go to the hospital?
I don't know. How's your heart?
I don't know. It's there. I don't know how great it's doing right now, but we'll see after I drink copious amounts of caffeine.
Let's try to take one more job.
Did you put stay-at-home mom?
Yes.
Technically. Trophy wife, writer,
Well, because if
actress,
I'm with Garrett Graham,
butt model.
we'll do it.
That is hilarious. Okay.
Wait, is this husband?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, stop.
Okay.
This is very exciting, actually.
Okay. Kids.
Okay, stop. Hopefully that means not a lot
Okay.
of kids.
Home.
Home. Oh, stop. Probably gonna get the trashed house, just like
Okay.
Ash.
Job.
Okay, stop.
Okay. Are you ready
I hope
for your
so.
future? You are married to, drum roll, Maddox Hutton. I don't know who that is.
Oakley's son.
Oh, weird. Okay, kids. 2.
I already have
I
that.
hate you. Home. I want you to
Was
guess.
it the trash one?
You
too?
want Malfoy Manor. Okay.
Oh, I hope Draco's
Job.
there. I forgot Draco. Damn it.
You are a writer. See, yours is better than mine. Except for I didn't like Oakley, so you can have a son all you want, but
It's because you haven't read him yet.
that's, yeah, well, whatever. I liked the Max friend, right? That's in that one? Adam?
Adam?
Who's Max? I'm just making up names. You know, I'm just like, that guy, yeah, Max. You
I
know.
can't believe I forgot Draco Malfoy. Who am I?
That just reminds me of Bring It On. Who am I? Just guess. Guys want to touch my chest. I'm rocking. Gray hair. The boys all love to stare. Now I, need to
love
go
that
watch Bring
movie.
It On. My parents let me and my sister watch that when we were like 7.
Okay, so back to the book. So this is what they did. Was they did it like this.
Yeah.
And Zoe got it where she would marry Xander.
Xander.
They would have some kids. They would be together, and it was just gonna be so great. So,
But none of that
but
worked
none of
out.
that happened. So that
She gave up her dream of being like an interior designer to do some sort of like marketing job
yeah.
in the city because they're in Jersey.
So she quits her job. She dumps the boyfriend. She moves home
Yeah,
because now she's going through like a midlife crisis.
at 30. But I feel that because I'm 29 and I'm like, where the hell is my life? I will say, these last couple of weeks, this is why I think I'm dead in a ditch somewhere. I've been insane with the whole Kai Stevens thing. And then,
I know these last couple weeks have been so fun.
And then C.W. Farnsworth and just like life seems not real. But yeah, like I get it. Feeling like you're spiraling because you don't know where your
Right.
life is. Which, by the way, we've decided that Zoe and me are basically the same person. Like type
True.
A, very planned.
Yes.
Don't eat in my car. I have kids, so that doesn't matter. But, you know, like just a freak of nature who overthinks and has anxiety. As I'm literally fidgeting with this ring right now. That could just be my
Okay,
undiagnosed
so
ADHD.
this is after Xander talks to her dad. This is chapter 4, and his sister Luna is Zoe's best friend, and Luna is married to his best friend Tony.
Tony.
And that is part of why Zoe kind of freaks out is because everything that Luna put on her thing came true.
And
like,
Luna's like
marrying
wanting
Tony,
to,
the house. They're wanting to start having kids.
and she's like, I always thought we would do it together. And I'm like, your friend already feels like crap. Maybe don't be like, yeah, by the way, like, I'm gonna make you feel worse because I want to have a baby and you're not even close to being there yet.
So he shows up to Tony and Luna's house. Tony answers the door and is like, is everything okay? He says, yeah, I just got to talk to my sister. Is she home? And he's like, and this is Tony. He says, you want to talk to Luna? And he says, yeah, man, I got to talk to her. Everything good with your parents? Parents are fine. Ace is fine, Tony. I just want to talk to my sister. And Tony's so confused because it says that Xander never wants to talk to his sister. And then his sister goes. So then Tony is just looking at him, and then all of a sudden he goes, oh my gosh. And he just starts grinning. He calls for Luna and says, Z's finally realized he wants Zoe. And then she just runs down the stairs because she's like, no way! And they just start talking, but it's like, I just thought, like, that's neat that they're such good friends that he can just, like, tell.
Yeah.
Like, he finally figured it out that he wants to be with her.
Do you put notes with the things that you highlight, or do you just highlight?
I do now, but this is from when I read it the first time. My highlights are, so I didn't write any notes this time.
I love my highlights. Okay, page 10. Let's drown your sorrows in liquor and then have Tony take us to the diner for hangover food in the morning face. And I've been there many of times. Because the right place to start when having a mental breakdown is with the killer effing playlist. And I was like, seriously though, laughing, crying emoji.
Yes.
Okay, this one grossed me out when he's talking to Zoe's dad. And he's like being like, yeah, like go date my daughter. And he's like talking about like how like when he was younger, like he wouldn't have allowed it. And he's like, that's when you were spreading your seed or whatever the frick. And I was like, ugh. Could we have worded that less disgusting? Absolutely nothing in this universe makes sense right now. I was like, same with my universe, but I'm not complaining.
Okay, so I like this part. It's in chapter 5. He shows up at her house. He talks to his sister, and his sister's like, here's her playlist, right? So then I really like this part. It's from Zoe's perspective, and I like these books where they switch perspectives because you get both sides. Mm-hmm. So he shows up at her house, and she just starts hearing these like pings on her window, and she sees that like there's a figure down there. She's ducking so that nobody can see her, and she's like, what did I do to get a stalker? This is not the kind of experience I thought I'd share with my best friend who once had a stalker of her own. And then it says, fumbling and attempting to stay below the window, I scrambled to get my phone, which just lit up with a text. The text says, did you just fall? Go to your window. And then it is Xander. And so they're just like talking through the window, and he's like, pack a bag. And she's like,
going to Disney.
We're going on a road trip. So they're trying to talk, and then her mom goes, Alexander Davidson, you stand out in that cold much longer, you're going to get sick. Stop shouting up at her from down there and come inside. You can come upstairs and shout at her in a warm house. And I was like, they're just so supportive because they just want her to be with him for like so bad, because it's just been on. Like, she had feelings and he wasn't single, or he had feelings and she wasn't single.
Yeah. So
yes. They go on this sweet road trip together, and it's so cute. He starts, like, I couldn't tell if your leg was bumpy or smooth, so I just had to touch it.
I shaved them before I came here.
Ooh, I shaved
nice
them, too.
And smooth. You got laser.
Well, yeah, but you still have to shave them. It's
like
only
before,
by, like...
right?
Well, you shave it 12 to 24 hours before.
But,
I mean,
I was a huge creep when we were getting ready to go swimming. I was like, I like your legs. They look nice.
So, they're going on this
week-long road trip.
And it's so sweet because he's, like, following through with every single thing on her bucket list. And she has no idea what's happening.
Which, same, because she's oblivious to, like, everything. And I'm like, same, I am. Not smart. I don't catch on to things at all.
Right.
I'm like, spell it out for me.
I don't understand.
I know. I have one brain cell.
Well, I told you how Brian proposed to me, right?
Yes.
And I was like, using that stupidity against me.
Yeah. Yep.
So, just like, for example, they go on this road trip and it starts raining. So they get out of the car and he dances with her in the rain.
It's not raining. I just read this.
Whatever,
He did
he's
not.
dancing with her in the park.
But he does dance with her.
He just starts dancing with her in the park.
And I was like, that's so cute. And so I told Raven that we would do that. Let's go to the church parking lot after this and we'll dance to Fearless. But we will not be in our best dress. We will be in pajamas.
Oh, I couldn't even lift my leg, kinda.
I'm not going to lie. I slept in these shorts last night and then just pulled them out of my laundry basket and put them back on.
Well, I found these socks in my
on
front
the
room.
floor.
And I put them on.
This is why we're friends. We're disgusting. I didn't feel like dirtying up more clothes. It's not
No,
like I
because
like
that's
ran
pointless.
in them at the gym or anything.
Because we don't do that.
We don't run.
So, he takes her on this week-long road trip, and she is, like, I guess she's starting to realize that, you know, the feelings that she actually has, or that she's kind of just shoved aside, but they do fight a little bit because she is an only child, and so she feels all this pressure to be perfect, to pay her parents back for everything they've done for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, the whole time, tells him that he doesn't get it because he's like one of 3 kids. She's like, you don't understand the pressure that I'm under.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up just spending this trip just pretending that, like, she isn't going to interview for this job, that everything's good and okay with them. And
then she can kind of just relax and let go. He takes her phone. I would
Yeah.
die. I think she's
Oh, you
only
would
allowed
die.
to use it to listen to music. They listen to Taylor Swift the entire time, which I'm like pretty much same. Me and Raven. Well, I've been listening to the 1975 a lot. because-
I've been listening to Between Them and Taylor.
Yeah, because We'll Speak Now, Taylor's version just came out, and Electric Touch. So good. And Haunted, Taylor's version. Oh, it's so good. So good. Go listen to it. Because I feel like if you're listening to us talk about this book, then you're probably a Taylor Swift fan. Or you just love me and Raven so much because we're so funny.
We're just
don't
so
blame
chaotic.
you. We're the best.
So, I don't know. They get into this big fight in chapter
they do?
40.
I am not there.
Okay, it makes me so sad because, hi Ollie. So they get into this big fight, and about this interview, and he says, I'm trying to find it now. I had it.
Wait, it's not in Stay, Stay, Stay. I just read that.
Yeah, it is.
What? Okay, so
Okay.
I'm in this chapter right now.
Oh,
Then
how awkward.
spoil it
So
for
they're
me.
they're talking about this interview that she's going on, and so he tells her that the whole interview thing is stupid, and he says, why are you even going on this interview? It's ridiculous. You don't even want that job. You should just stay in Springbrook Hills and figure out how to do something else. And she goes, excuse me? And he says, it makes no sense that you're gonna keep working the job that you hate, live in the city an hour from home because you think it's what you're supposed to be doing. And she says, Xander, that's not fair. He goes, you know what's not fair, Zoe? That's when I look at you, I see a future. I see my daughter's eyes and my son's smile. I see an effing lifetime of laughter. I see a woman that I know down to my bones I want to be with for the rest of my life. And you're sitting there next to me telling me that you need to mentally prepare for some interview for a job that will make you miserable and take you away from me. That's not effing fair to either of us. And then they don't talk. They don't talk for the rest of the drive. And
They were just on their way. Is this after the dinner?
no, this is headed to dinner. And
Awkward. Wait, do they still go to dinner? I'd be like,
so they go to dinner still.
okay. I'm like, I still
And-
want my food. I bought this dress specifically
Right,
for this.
yes.
Now feed me.
So then they get there, and she doesn't want to talk about it, and she's like, I'm just hungry. Like, I don't want to talk about it. And he, is trying to talk to her. She doesn't want to talk about it, and he just says that, he goes, I'm frustrated. I'm crazy about you, Zoe. I have been for so long, and I hate seeing you miserable. I hate that you're looking at a job you won't love. A job that will mean you won't be staying in Springbrook Hills. I hate that for you. I hate that for me. I want you to have everything, Zoe. your dream job, your dream life. I want you to be happy and satisfied. And selfishly, I want you close. I want to come home to you every night, but I also know that it's not fair to expect you to.
I just deleted half of the video recording of this podcast, you guys. I can't undo that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. It was so good too. Oh.
If you're watching us on YouTube, we're so sorry that there's only half of an actual video because
I can't even put just half up. That's. I need to like Google if I can reverse that. Oh my god. I am so dumb. One brain cell, you guys. I'm sorry.
None brain cells.
None brain cells. There has to be a way I can
There
fix
has to
that,
be.
right? Is there like a way to
Is
go
there a
to
trash
delete it?
folder?
I know, that's what I was thinking. Do you think that's how cameras work?
I don't know. So I'll just finish reading this
Wait,
book to
hold
our
on, hold on,
audio.
hold on. I'm gonna still film this just in case my dumbass can fix it. Oh, that was not a pretty angle. That was disgusting. Okay. Oh, look, we're closer. Hi.
We're crooked.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'll fix it.
Okay, so he says, and selfishly, I want you close. I want to come home to you every night, but I also know that it's not fair to expect you to up and change everything right away. He says, if you take that job, I'm going to figure it out. I'm telling you now, I know you're playing pretend, and you need to be carefree while you're here, but this is real for me. We are real. You're living in the present, baby, and that's beautiful. But I'm looking at the future, and it's gorgeous, and I'll do whatever it takes to give us that. So, then they have just, they're just fighting, so they're in this, like, little fight about it, but, like, he doesn't, and then they're fine. But he doesn't want her to take the job, not just for him, but, like, for everybody, and especially with Luna and Tony potentially starting to have kids.
Well,
like,
she's also like not taking it because it's something she wants. She just
Right.
thinks it's the safer option.
yes, which
Okay, doesn't come.
stupid.
Yeah,
No.
but I want to talk about the bed and breakfast. Okay, please tell me that I highlighted some of this stuff because, hot damn, it was a lot.
Okay.
There's no universe where my panties make it out of this room alive, and I just said LOL.
Anyway,
Lol. Okay.
I'm looking too far now.
Oh, stupid ponytails. Your hair should be down, gorgeous. The kind of hair a man dreams about wrapping around his fist. And I was like, ha. My soul leaves my body. I was like, okay, wait, what is that? I don't know. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Oh,
Did you highlight that part?
I don't give a shit. I'm telling you right fucking now, you need to move, take those panties off, grab onto this headboard and ride my face until you find it. Yes. That's some Cassian shit right there.
Yeah, it is.
I, of course, had to highlight when he said good girl. And I was like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
said the
He
thing!
said it.
That's my thing. Eyes on me, baby. Eyes on me when you touch yourself. From here on out, I control all of that. You agreed to be mine, and that means your pleasure. It's mine.
Yes.
Like, it gets
It was
real.
like, wasn't expecting it to be like that.
There was no,
Because
like...
he's so sweet. I thought the golden
0 to
retriever was
100.
gonna like translate into that,
Oh,
but
no.
it didn't. And I was like,
There's
oh,
0 to 100 with them, okay?
Oh, sure.
I
was like,
hate the books that we read though, and they're like doing it in the backseat of a car. And let me tell you guys, I've been there, and it's not great. Okay, I mean, a heat of the moment, I guess. I don't know, but it's that's how I feel about
Yeah.
sex in the car. Don't do it. It's not fun. In theory, maybe I guess, but reality.
And
No.
then at the end, because during this whole thing, they're like this whole week-long road trip. He's like, let's just pretend. Like, let's pretend. But it ends with him saying, that wasn't pretend, Zoe. And she goes, he's not wrong.
Okay, no. Back it up. Okay, they go camping. They spend a night at this monument or whatever, national park, and they sleep under the stars with a picnic. And I was like, that so effing cute.
It is so
I want to camp out under the stars.
sweet.
I
Yes.
would probably be a little scared, not gonna lie. Bugs and schnit. Sorry, guys. Her children are around, so I'm trying not to say potty words. Brian's gonna come home and Oliver's gonna be like, shit.
Brian will just think it's me.
No, just be like, that was Ashley.
That was Ashley. So it's really sweet.
I know I highlighted the stars thing because, I don't want to say that because I hate that word. I hate it with a passion.
Don't like it either.
Stop saying it, people who write books. It starts with a P and ends with a Y, and I think you can figure out what I'm talking about. What happens if you fall in a different way? Will he catch you then? I'd go anywhere with you, Zoe. The good girl. Be a good girl and come for me. I said fucking hot. A vibrator is an emergency, and I put, you never know. You never know. You know? Anyways. Oh, come on, let's go stare at the stars. Oh!
They were so cute.
That was so... I love how I just said this hot thing, and then I'm like, but the stars! The stars! So cute.
Okay, so this is the last chapter. Ashley hasn't gotten there, but we're going to spoil it for her anyway.
That's okay.
So he shows up at her house. Well, so she takes the... she does the interview. She gets the job, and she's like, I don't know. She talks to her dad, and her dad goes, I always wanted the best for you, Zoe. If that means marketing in the city, I'll be overjoyed. If that means being a stay-at-home mom, I would love that for you. If it means something else, I'm sorry if I never told you, Zoe, baby. But I would be researching color combinations just so I had something to talk to you about. I never made that clear, and that's on me. You're my girl, my only girl, my entire world. But honey, that does not mean that your mother and I are supposed to be your whole world. You're supposed to live your life for you. I'd say we could talk about this in the morning, but you know me well enough to know I do not like this shit. Heart to hearts and life confessions. Just know that you have that boy's full heart, and he has my permission. Just know that never, and I mean never, Zoe, would you do a single thing that I wouldn't be proud of. You could start finger painting and not sell a single freaking one, and I'd brag about you till I was blue in the face. I'd buy every single one under aliases just so you'd feel good and keep going. And I'm so sorry I never made that clear. I was like, that's so sweet. And then her dad just says, just hear him out, okay? And then just leaves. Goes upstairs. Xander is there, and he says, can I ask you a question? Because it's after midnight, and he's been doing this.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, because he's been doing this the whole time. After midnight on the road,
he wakes her up. Oh, I would murder him. This is why I'm that one feisty.
Yes. And so
never wake me up unless you're gonna wake me up and hand me a coffee immediately.
So he ends up giving her the list, and it is the love story bucket list. And so it's all the things that he's done. Rocks at my window, stargazing, paper rings in the diner, the sunrise, the dress he'd want to take off me, dancing in the parking lot, the A necklace for his name, even the questions. And he's like, or she goes, where'd you get this from? He's like, no. And then it like all clicks. And he goes, I knew about it already though. Years ago, Tony and I found it in her room. You've added to it, but it's all there. And then he gives her a separate piece of paper where he had added his own additions to it.
Cute. Like what?
New Year's Day and the very first night, how you get the girl, for better or worse, forever and ever is what he says. And he says, let me put you back together, Zoe. The old version, the good version. And she goes, are you saying you don't like me? And he says, I love this uptight version of you, and I love the version that used to play dress up with my sister and tried to turn me into a toad. I love the version that agreed to go on a road trip with me, and the version that started to let go of perfection after just a day or so. I love the version that played pretend with me, but I also love the version that won't admit it was never pretend, because it never was, Pip, not with us.
I hate that he calls her that. He called her Pipsqueak, like, as a kid, and then he shortened it to Pip as a grown-up, and that's like one thing that gets me with these romance books is they give the dumbest nicknames. Like, if you ever call me Princess or Cupcake or Pip or any stupid extra cutesy thing like that, I will probably drain your blood from my blood facials. So
Oh my goodness. So then he asks her, he says, so then he goes, can I ask you a question? And she goes, I don't. And then he gets down on one knee, and it says, because at that moment, Xander Michael Davidson gets on one knee, his hand leaving his pocket, holding up a plastic ring with a heart on it. My breath stops.
Is that the gumball machine ring?
Where
Shut up!
Where did you get that? I whisper in awe. The ring is the one he gave me when I was 6, after he won it in some crane game down the shore in Ocean View. He'd been trying for some baseball card set and instead got the junky ring, handing it off to me like it was trash. He was so annoyed about it because he had spent his last quarter trying to get it. I, of course, had been over the damn moon, letting that thing turn my finger green for a month until my mother forced to take it off. Once I did, I closed it into the little gumball machine container it came in, snapping the lid on and putting it into Luna's and my pink dream box for safekeeping. And that's where he got it from. He got it for Luna. And
Okay, see, I knew that ring meant something.
Yes, and he says, it was mine technically. And she says, you gave it to me. And he goes, let me give it to you again. And
Stop! That is the cutest thing ever. Are you freaking kidding
and he goes,
me?
it was always meant to be us, Zoe. I've spent a week plotting out our perfect future, seeing if it really is the same as what you wanted when you were 10. You want to live here. You want to be an interior designer or do something creative. You want 3 kids. She goes, I said 2. Yeah, but you want 3, he says with a smile. You want to live in a white house with a red door and a wraparound porch so you can sit out front and watch the kids play while you daydream about rearranging our living room for the 5th time. You want a puppy that will nip at the heels of whoever is closest, keeping them in line. I always loved the version of you that was carefree, but this week cemented that I am head over freaking heels for this version of you. The one who loves fiercely and is afraid to let those she loves down. The version that wants everyone to be happy, even if it means she's not. The dreamer. I want to give both of you everything you ever wanted. Zoe Ann Thomas, will you marry me? Be mine forever.
I thought you said Zoe and Thomas.
Zoe
I was like, oh, a throuple.
Be mine forever. We can figure out the rest so long as I have you. Then she goes, he says, we can go tomorrow or the next day to, like, pick one out, like a real ring. And he says, I knew you'd want to pick out your own ring anyway since you'll be stuck with it forever. And she's like, I literally have no idea what you mean. And so he's like, Xander, what are you talking about? And she says, he goes, it's the last midnight question, Zoe. And she goes, it clicks. And she's like, the MASH card, my playlist. Will you marry me? And she goes, Xander, you have to ask my dad first. And then from the back you hear, already did, because her dad already gave him permission to marry her.
Yeah, he was like, take her on a road trip and marry my daughter.
Because he says earlier in this chapter, the last chapter, when she's talking to her dad, he goes, he has my permission. Because he'd already given it to him before, and then she says, when did you ask my dad? And he says, when you were refusing to call me after your interview, because he'd been ignoring her. But then he goes, we can talk about that later, talk options. If you want to do marketing in the city, we'll figure it out. If you want to do something else, I'll make it happen. If you want to stay in town, start popping out kids, I'm game. But this comes first. And then he, like, nods to the ring, like, getting married us first. And it was so sweet.
My
But
heart rate's like up, and it could just be my tachycardia or the fact that I'm literally, that was the cutest
isn't that
effing thing
I
ever.
think that this is the cutest proposal.
I want to know. I want a do-over. I want a do-over.
But it's so cute. And then, chapter 51, it's like 1 year later, and it's the wedding. And it's from Xander's perspective.
Is it called Lover?
It's called Today Was a Fairy Tale.
Oh, okay. That's not a song. That's a lyric.
No,
Today
it's
was
Today Was a Fairy Tale.
I wore a white dress. You wear a
Dark gray t-shirt.
t-shirt.
It told me I was pretty when I looked at this.
But
That's what it's called. It's called Today Was a Fairy Tale.
Keep talking. I'm gonna find.
It's called Today Was a Fairy Tale.
No,
I know.
you're wrong.
So
wrong.
anyways, so then it's just from his perspective, just her walking towards him and just them getting married, and it's so cute. And then there is another chapter after that.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Told you.
I hate when I'm not
And
right.
It's like 6 months after that, and So they get married like a year later after he proposes, and this is 6 months later, and pretty much it's just a sex chapter.
Hot. Can't wait till I get to that.
But they're on a family vacation with like her family, and he goes, I chose the room furthest away just for this.
Oh.
And I was like, ooh.
Okay. I have a theory, Raven.
I'm ready.
I think that you highlight a ton of the cutesy stuff. Like, if we were to compare, yours is going to be like 90% cutesy,
Yes.
10% fun. If that, mine's like 90% fun. I guess like 75% fun, because I like the cutesy stuff too. But I'm just like,
so cute, right?
I'm just like, you know, I think we should compare highlights one of these days.
Yeah.
And count like how many cutesy ones we have compared to the fun ones.
Right. So then this is the actual last chapter. So it's like 3.5 years after they get married. So it's from her perspective. So they're up and whatever, and she says, she looks at the clock and it's after midnight, and she says, can I ask you a question? He says, what? And she says, it's midnight. He goes, yeah, Pip, ask away. And she says, if it's a girl, how do you feel about Taylor? And he's like, what? And then that's how he tells her, or tells him, that she's pregnant. And then this chapter ends with him being like, I know you love her, but if it's a girl, we're not naming her Taylor. So
Did they name the baby Taylor?
they did not. So then this one has a lot of epilogues, which honestly kind of like pissed me off that it was separate chapters. I would have liked, with this many epilogues, it should just be one longer chapter where it just says how much time it was. Because then this one is 7 years later. And so they have, how many kids? They have, I can't, like 3 or 4 kids at this point. So then it's so this one is like 7 years later. So 7 years after she gets pregnant and tells him. And then they have,
Should I finish the podcast with that on?
yes, and then they have another one,
Can I wear
another
it?
podcast that says 2 years later, and they have 3 kids. I don't know. I really like this book. The thing that pisses me off is just
The 8 million epilogues?
the literally 8 million epilogues, because then it goes like, then it's like 4 years later, 12 years later.
Oh my gosh.
So it literally just keeps bouncing around.
It could have
So
just been, like, a
personally,
chapter.
I feel like it should have just ended after she tells him that she's pregnant.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
it's like, if it's a girl, how do you think, like,
Yeah.
what about the name Taylor?
Yeah, that wrap. I
You
feel
know,
like that would wrap
I
it
think
up
that would
decently.
have wrapped it up, but I'm like, I mean, I really like this book. That's just the
What's
only thing that
your-
pissed me off.
What's your rating then?
4 stars.
Okay.
Just because the epilogue like made me cringe almost. Just because, I mean, it's not like, I understand one of the epilogues like 1 year later, they're getting married.
Like most of
Like
them
so,
are.
like this one I understood was like 1 year later, then they get married.
Yeah.
But then I felt like the 6 months later, where it's literally just like a scene,
Yeah.
like kids are around, but
Adult
it's just like a
relations.
scene of adult relations. Like, it wasn't
Yeah,
necessary.
so, like,
We could have skipped that, and it could have been like 1 year later they're getting married, and then like whatever, like 2 years or a year and a half later, and then she tells him she's pregnant and call it good.
Yeah.
Because then it was like 7 years later, 4 months,
Yeah.
12 years, and I was like, this is just driving me insane, honestly.
Yeah. I haven't read it all the way, but I give it like a 3.8. Just
Yeah.
the chapter thing really bugs me. The
That's her.
misspelling of things. Like, she misspells his last name wrong. And she puts obvious instead of oblivious. And that really bugged me. I knew what she meant, but I'm just like, things like
Oh.
that irk
Yeah,
me.
I think actually I'll probably go 3.8 as well.
3.8, yeah.
But the other thing that bugged me about it was, like, at the beginning, when they talk about when she's with Luna, and they talk about when they made this box. It's like, oh, it started in 2014 or whatever with debut, and we just don't know if that's like
That's
when
when
they
they
made this list
or they're like, oh, that's the first time we heard that album. I'm like, that came out in 2006, y'all.
yeah. So that part just kind of bugged Both
Oh my
of
gosh,
us.
I have a sunburn in the back of my thigh. It's itchy and it kind of like hurts.
Because we just weren't sure timeline-wise what it meant.
Yeah.
So I guess 3.8 for both of us. I mean, I would still recommend reading it. Just
It's so cute
it
though.
is so cute.
So the cutesy stuff kind of makes up for that, but I'm sticking with my 3.8.
Yeah, just maybe don't read all the epilogues.
Yeah, they're not worth it. Just listen to our podcast and we'll tell you.
But I would recommend it. I would read it again. I
will finish it eventually, maybe today, so I can start Miss Fury again. My other book club.
Yes. So, I think we should just wrap it up with our favorites of Taylor.
Ooh.
Like we were gonna do our top 5. So we're gonna do our top 5 favorite songs and our top 3 albums, right?
And then our current favorite.
And then our current favorite
obsession songs that
we just listen to over and over.
I have 2 though.
And then
I have
that's
to give
okay.
2.
And
Okay.
then
Oh, I'm so excited.
a song that we don't like.
Okay.
Or if you have a couple like the songs you don't like.
Okay. Top 5. Let's hear them.
Top 5, in no particular order, would be All Too Well, 10-minute version.
Solid choice.
Long Story Short, Champagne Problems. Let me think. As I'm not looking at these. Oh, what was that one that we were talking about?
You Are in Love.
You Are in Love. Yes.
One more.
What is my... Ooh. Go, please. Okay, my last favorite one. Ooh, this is so hard. Probably... What one can I listen to over? I'm trying to think.
Think of all the albums and then think which songs you listen to most from that album.
Yes, Oliver? I mean, probably then You're on Your Own, Kid. I think those are my top 5.
Okay, that is a really good one.
Okay.
This is a struggle. I've been a Taylor fan since I was like 12, 13, you guys, so
Right.
I've
So,
been
like,
there
when they
since
started coming
debut.
out, yes.
So
I mean, I do really love Picture to Burn. If I could choose a 6th song, it would be Picture to Burn.
yeah. So let's see. No particular order as well. All Too Well 10-minute version. Cruel Summer.
Love Cruel Summer.
Gorgeous. That's probably like my favorite song off of Reputation. Ooh. Let's see. I'm going through Midnights trying to think of like all my favorite songs. I really like You're on Your Own, Kid, but I also really like either Maroon or Midnight Rain.
Oh, Midnight
no.
Rain. I like The Great War as well.
Okay.
Just so many good songs.
Midnight Rain. I'll do Midnight Rain.
Okay,
I just
two more.
like that. Anyways, one more. I have one more. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Oh my gosh. This is giving me anxiety. I'm trying to think of like Folklore and like Evermore.
Yes.
'Cause I know I have songs off of those that I really like.
Yeah, like Champagne Problems.
Mhm.
I really like Right Where You Left Me. I really like. You know what? I'm pumped for when she comes out with 1989. Taylor's
Oh,
version.
yeah.
It's gonna be so
That's
good.
gonna be great. Oh my gosh, this is literally killing me. Oh, Hits Different.
There
Hits
you
Different.
go.
That's off of like one of her weird other like versions. I've been listening to that a lot lately and I really, really, really like it. Okay.
Okay, top 3 albums.
Reputation, Midnights, and 1989.
How?
I know people are gonna come for me for being like, but Speak Now and Fearless. I love both of those.
Yes.
But I find myself listening to songs more from Rep, Midnights, and 1989.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh, how did I not put Blank Space on there? Okay, back it up. Okay, we're gonna remove Hits Different and put in Blank Space because actually I love that one.
There you
I like
go.
I always do that.
Okay, mine would be Lover. I actually love the Lover album just because there's so many good ones. Like, I forgot that you existed. I'm like, damn, she really went hard on this one.
That's me to like everybody.
True.
Sorry.
Okay, so Lover, read Taylor's version,
That was a good
and
one.
probably Speak Now just because Taylor's version. Because I always love the song Better Than Revenge, where it's like,
Okay, I'm
she's
mad about the
better known
lyric
for the
change
things
thing she
on
does
the
on the mattress,
mattress.
and they changed it to like he's like a moth to her flames of
Yeah.
matches or whatever, and I was like
no.
having a mental
The
breakdown in Taco
original.
Bell over that. Be like, no.
Yes.
I am a huge feminist, but let's throw it back to she's better known for the thing.
that she
Because
does.
I listened to that song after my boyfriend cheated on me, and I was like, that's right. Her
Fire.
name was Brittany. Suck it, Brittany. Actually, I don't know if that's her name. I'm pretty sure it was Brittany.
Okay, song or two that you don't really like.
That I don't really like. Okay, I hate Dear Reader. I'm not gonna lie,
I
I
like
will not
Dear
listen
Reader
to that
either.
song. I skip it every single
Cool, yeah.
time. And then another one that I don't like. I don't think I like Long Live or like
Ooh.
Superman. I don't.
What?
I don't really like either of those
How
ones.
dare you?
I'm sorry. Okay, what are your least favorite songs?
Okay, my least favorite songs are. Okay, Don't Come For Me.
I'm going to, because I know you're gonna say it's something off of Folklore Evermore, isn't it?
No. Okay, Teardrops on My Guitar. Because I like it, but it was just so overplayed.
Okay,
that I was
fair.
like, I can't.
Fair.
Like that one, and You Need to Calm Down. They were just so overplayed that I'm like,
Mhm.
I have a hard time.
Okay.
Like if they come on the radio, I'll sing to them. But if they come on my playlist of Taylor, I skip them honestly because I'm like, these are just so overplayed that I just can't anymore.
Okay, current song obsessions. You can pick
Okay.
3.
I can
Like
pick
what 3 are you like constantly replaying?
Karma.
Okay, I love Karma. Please don't say the Ice Spice remix.
No,
I
just
don't
the
like.
regular.
Okay, I don't like that.
Ah!
Okay.
Okay, so just regular Karma.
Regular Karma.
We listen to a lot of It's Nice to Have a Friend because Alexandra
Oh, it's so
loves
cute.
that song.
Oh, now I want to listen to that
I
on my way
know,
home.
I love that one. And also, I have been listening to a lot of. Ooh, what's the other one? I can't think of it. The Last Time.
Oh.
I love.
I have a story to tell you about that song, but it's not going on the podcast.
You can do it
Sorry,
later.
people. I love how we always say I have to tell you something, and then we're like, we'll talk about it
And we
off
forget.
the podcast. No, we usually do. It's just I bet the people that listen are like, oh, but
Oh,
I want to know.
Spill
Too
the
damn
tea.
bad.
Okay, yours.
Okay, Hits Different. You Are in Love. Cruel Summer.
Wait.
You Are in Love. I don't know
Cruel
how.
Summer.
I literally just stumbled upon that.
I
the
know.
other
I don't
day.
know how you did either.
Came out
because-
on 1989 Deluxe, and I just did not catch it until like 2 weeks ago, I think. And I'm just like, I love that song. Like I listen to it probably like at least once a day. But
It's
Cruel
because it's
Summer,
so- I
the
love
breakdown in
Cruel
Cruel
Summer.
Summer, I like. You should be. You know what? Next time we're in a car, we're doing that. You get to see me just like go ham
Because it's so
to the breakdown of that
good.
song. I also have something to tell you about that song, but there are small children
I thought
present.
we already
so-
talked about that song.
No, it's something that I saw on like TikTok or something about the song, about
About
the
what
lyrics.
it's about?
No. He looks up grinning like a devil.
Oh,
Do you want to know where he's looking up from?
I could guess.
That. Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
So there's that.
So those are our favorite Taylors. I'm freaking pumped to go see her.
I'm sad I
I'm
can't
gonna send
go.
you like a bajillion videos.
Seriously, all the Marco Polos FaceTime me during Cruel Summer, or if she plays Hits Different or You Are in Love, which
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I have her Eras setlist tour, but it's literally from her very first
well,
night.
and
I
they
know this,
change
yeah, the songs change. Literally, I'm not even kidding you. Like I think the caffeine's kicking in. My heart rate's like woo.
it.
It's like
Let's see.
But I don't have anything else to add for this. Do you?
I don't think so. Just read the book. If you read the book, let us know what your thoughts are. I mean, I'm always so curious to know what you guys think if you end up reading any of the books that we review on this podcast.
Yeah.
Just because I like to hear other people's opinions or thoughts that
And
are.
then I want to know what
Like
your
that.
guys' favorite Taylor songs.
Yes.
Like, give us your top 5 favorite. Your like what 2, 3 least favorite. Your 3 favorite albums. You know. all that good stuff.
Yes. And we will see you next week. When
Goodbye.
we do
What are we doing?
Springtide
by Kai Stevens. Stick around. We have some great news with that one. You guys
Yes.
are going to be super pumped.
So
we'll see you guys
that's all.
next week. Bye.
Bye.